Meghan Markle is reportedly furious, and she has snapped at Australian citizens for signing a petition against her planned visit to the country.
And the tone of their response about this particular petition, it reeks of animosity. And you understand why the pair are polling so poorly globally. I mean, it just sounded so bitter. Stay home with your kids. It doesn't sound like Australia wants you.
But as critics often say, where there is money, Meghan will always show up. And despite the growing backlash and thousands of signatures against her visit, she is not backing down. Instead of canceling the trip, Meghan is responding to the criticism, and her reaction has only made the controversy even louder. Stay till the end, because her response to Australians has people seriously talking.
A spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess has said, and this is where I don't think they're quite picking up what we're putting down, said, quote, "It's a moot point. The trip is being funded privately, so I'm not sure what this petition hopes to achieve."
It is already April, and Meghan is preparing to travel to Australia for an all-wellness event hosted by her friend Gamma O'Neill, who reports claim is currently facing financial struggles of her own.
One of the speakers that will be joining us in person on the weekend, I am beside myself about, because I have admired this woman and what she has endured, how she's risen above it, and how she has demonstrated how a woman can be pushed down and she can still rise. And that person is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
The event tickets are reportedly costing thousands of dollars, and attendees are expected to pay premium prices just to take group photos with Meghan and listen to motivational talks that critics claim may not even be inspiring enough to justify the cost. However, Meghan appears unfazed by the criticism because this event represents a major opportunity for her to rebuild public attention, earn income, and regain some of the popularity she has been struggling to maintain in recent times.
But the issue you've got, as I intimated earlier, the couple need money, Caleb. They do have a few $1 million in the bank, but they're getting through the cash very quickly. They've got security costs. They've got a mortgage on that Montecito mansion, and the income is diminishing. I mean,
for Meghan, this visit reportedly looked like a chance to get back on her feet financially and publicly, but Australian citizens are pushing back strongly. Many Australians have made it clear that they do not want taxpayer money used in any way to support what they describe as two runaway royals. Due to this concern, a petition quickly emerged, and thousands of people began signing it, demanding that no government resources be used during Harry and Meghan's visit.
That 36,000 brave souls, and I'm proud to say, as a patriotic Australian souls, have signed a petition calling for Harry and Meghan's tour of Australia to be deprived of all public funding.
At first, sources claimed that Meghan did not take the petition seriously. She allegedly thought it was just online noise that would disappear quickly. But when the number of signatures began rising rapidly, the situation reportedly changed. The growing support behind the petition reportedly shocked her team, and soon Meghan responded publicly in what was described as her usual defensive and frustrated tone. Meghan insisted that her trip to Australia was strictly a private visit and not funded by the government. According to her response, the event is privately organized and privately financed, and therefore should not concern taxpayers. But critics argue that this clarification only came after public pressure began mounting. Many Australians believe she was attempting to regain credibility once she realized public opinion was turning against her visit.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have criticised an online petition ahead of their trip to Australia next month. More than 35,000 people have signed the form saying security and logistics for the pair's tour should not be taxpayer funded. A spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex responded saying the trip is being privately funded.
In an effort to calm the situation, Meghan reportedly dismissed the petition as pointless, arguing that since the trip is privately funded, signing petitions against it makes no sense. But the most nonsensical point is that Meghan's spokesperson said that since only a fraction of Australians had signed the petition, the remaining 26.5 million Australians, 99.9% of the population, must therefore support the taxpayer footing the bill. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is so stupid. I mean, by that same ironclad logic, if you haven't signed a petition against something, you must be passionate for it. So if you didn't sign a petition opposing, let's say, pineapple on pizza, congratulations, you apparently love pineapple pizza. Someone should explain to Meghan that most people don't sign every petition they disagree with, largely because they have jobs, lives, and kids to take care of, and most of the time, the majority of people don't even come across such petitions to sign.
Poorly globally. I mean, it just sounded so bitter. Stay home with your kids. It doesn't sound like Australia wants you.
The petition itself was launched by an advocacy group known as Beyond Australia. Organizers said they were surprised by the sudden announcement that Harry and Meghan plan to visit again. According to them, this trip is purely commercial and private, not an official royal tour, and therefore should never be treated like one. The group expressed concern that political figures or government representatives might still become involved in welcoming the couple, which could indirectly result in public spending. Their argument is simple. If Harry and Meghan chose to step away from royal duties, then public resources should not be used to support celebrity-style visits focused on private profit rather than public service.
Some wags have started up this petition. They're saying, we don't want you here, but the petition demands that no taxpayer funding or official support is provided for Harry and Meghan's private visit to Australia.
Another major concern raised by Australians involves the country's current economic situation. Citizens are facing rising food prices, higher fuel costs, mortgage pressure, and increasing energy bills. Many people feel that government attention should remain focused on helping everyday Australians rather than hosting high-profile visitors connected to private commercial events. For many signatories, the petition is less about Meghan personally and more about protecting public resources during difficult economic times.
Vote. I mean, you can't get more sort of out of touch or out of tune with how Australia is than to think, oh, I'm going to stand up for women's rights and talk about my plight and my fight for freedom with Jackie O. It's so unserious. It is so unserious. And I used to have maybe a shred of respect for them. Now it's totally gone.
Australians also remember the couple's 2018 royal tour shortly after their wedding. During that visit, Harry and Meghan received massive public support and royal treatment. They were given police escorts, official accommodations, and security arrangements that reportedly cost significant amounts of taxpayer money. At that time, they were working members of the royal family, and the reception was overwhelmingly positive.
As part of their official tour, Harry and Meghan also took a trip to the Sydney Opera House, where thousands of well-wishers gathered to meet the couple. The Duke and Duchess made special time for one royal enthusiast, who's now met the prince 3 times.
Now, critics argue that circumstances have changed. Since stepping away from royal duties, Harry and Meghan no longer represent the monarchy officially. Some Australians believe the couple may be hoping to recreate the same level of royal reception they received in 2018, and that possibility is exactly what petition supporters want to prevent. Security remains one of the biggest unanswered questions. Harry and Meghan are still engaged in ongoing legal battles over security arrangements, and reports suggest their personal security costs are extremely high. Because of this, many Australians fear that local or federal authorities might eventually become responsible for certain security expenses, even if indirectly. The uncertainty surrounding who will actually pay for protection during the visit has fueled even more public backlash.
Prince Harry has lost a legal challenge over changes made by the UK government to his publicly funded security arrangements. This following his decision to step down from royal duties with his wife Meghan. Harry had sought to overturn a decision that would take away his automatic personal police security while in Britain. The High Court in London upheld the ruling last year.
When officials were asked directly whether Australian federal or state governments would contribute to security costs, clear answers were not provided. That lack of confirmation only increased suspicion and encouraged more people to sign the petition. Despite this, Meghan continues to deny that any public funding will be used. The wellness retreat is scheduled to take place from April 17 to April 19 and is expected to host around 300 guests. The package reportedly includes VIP access, front row seating, exclusive sessions, and group photo opportunities with Meghan. While organizers claim the retreat is sold out, questions have begun to emerge about whether the venue is fully prepared.
She's not going to turn up. Apparently the hotel, they've barely even finished the swimming pool,
Right.
so it's a complete sort of building site.
So they're basically going there probably, and the pay of the people who developed the wellness centre
Yeah.
to bring some publicity to the wellness centre so they can do some business. I bet you that's what it is.
Reports suggest that maintenance work is still ongoing at the hotel hosting the event. The infinity pool is reportedly unfinished, spa facilities and leisure docks are still under construction, and certain beachfront areas have allegedly been affected by environmental issues known locally as poo balls, creating unpleasant smells along parts of the coast.
It sounds great. It promises yoga, sound, healing, dinners by the pool, a disco night. Okay, here's what's really going on at the Intercontinental. It is under extensive renovations. The swimming facility, which I'm going to guess includes the pool, these fancy words, swimming facility, it's a pool, spa, leisure deck, due for completion in April.
Critics have joked that guests might find themselves attending an expensive wellness retreat while holding their noses just to survive the environment, all for the chance to take a single photograph with Meghan Markle.
They're the mysterious black balls now closing even more of our favourite beaches. Thousands of pieces of debris from the size of marbles to tennis balls originally detected at Coogee Beach on Tuesday.
Despite these setbacks and public criticism, Meghan has reportedly confirmed that she will still attend the event. Observers say this decision reinforces the belief that she cannot afford to cancel appearances tied to financial opportunities, especially at a time when public projects and deals appear less consistent than before. So there you have it. Meghan Markle's response to Australian citizens who signed a petition against her visit. Is she simply defending herself against unfair criticism, or is the public justified in questioning the purpose of the trip? Do you think Australians are right to push back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.